Hi everyone, I'm back in to do a little bit of blind tasting. I understand that you guys are sort of interested in the whole process of blind tasting when it relates to MW and MS style exams. So maybe I'll try and take a little bit of the mystery out of it. I haven't really been doing much, to be honest, but I've been wanting to get back into it. Been listening to some podcasts and just trying to brush up on my skills again. So I thought I may as well do this, and maybe you guys will learn a thing or two, or not, which is fine too. Hi everyone. So my wife is just going to pour me a bottle or two of these wines. Thank you. Okay, and the next one. Okay, here we go. So we've got 3 white wines. I'll just adjust them here so that the white background shows up. So with MW process, basically we have 3 papers. We have first paper is mainly white wines, some sparkling wines. The second actually no, the first paper is mainly white wines. Second paper is mainly red wines, and then the last paper is a mix of sparkling wines, fortified wines, and a whole bunch of variable wines. So they're 12 wine blind tastings, so 36 wines in total. And in order to become an MW, you have to get a B average. So you have to get B or B plus in each of the flights across all of the tastings. Okay, so first wine appears to be slightly golden in hue. It's clear, although there is a little bit of looked like a little bit of carbon dioxide on the edge there. There's a little bit of tearing, which points to maybe a little bit of extract. Slightly deeper colour could mean a number of different things, maybe oxidation, maybe a little bit more age, perhaps barrel. Let's have a smell. So this wine is clean. There's signs of development. I would say there's honey, there's apple, there's pears. There's a slaty quality about this wine in terms of minerality. It's not just fruit, so this is sort of pointing me that maybe this is not from a New World region. Perhaps this is more of an Old World expression. There's a little bit of sulfur dioxide on the wine, which hopefully will blow off. So the wine's quite rich. It's quite a lot of extract. It's dry. I would say the acidity is medium plus. I would say that the alcohol is in that 13.5 range, something like that. And there is a little bit of bitterness here. There's also some herbal characters, maybe even maybe a little bit of a white pepper. And there's quite a lot of this is crisp. It's quite a good length to this wine. I think this wine is high quality European. I don't taste any oak. I think it's maybe made in an unoaked style. I think there's probably a few years of age to it. Potential varieties, I would say we're looking in that kind of Gruner, Albarino, Pinot Gris, Death Triangle. But for me, I don't get this sherbety quality I often get with Albarino. And there is that white pepper note for me. So I think I'm going to put this as Gruner Veltliner. I think it's high quality, so Kamptel, Wachau. I'm going to say Wachau Schmaragd quality. And I'm going to say it's 5 years old, so 20, 21, 20. Say it's good. I'd say 2020. Second wine. So it's clear. There's some golden hues again. A little bit of weight, a little bit of extract, some tearing on the glass. I don't see any gas or particles. There's quite a stemmy quality, I would say, with this wine, which suggests maybe some whole bunches. It's quite earthy in style. In terms of fruit, I would say it's more in that bruised apple. Pear. Quite resinous. There's a weight and richness to this wine, and a surprising amount of acid. Actually, there's quite a bit of late acidity. Again, I'd put this in the medium plus acidity. This is a tough wine. I would say what characterizes this wine is just this savory, earthy quality. On the palate, there's lots of that bruised apple and pear. Pronounced acidity. It's not bitter. The nose to me is quite a stemmy nose. I would often think that perhaps would carry on to the palate, but it doesn't seem to. Possible varieties. I don't notice any oak again, so potentially Pinot Gris, Chardonnay, Chenin Blanc. There doesn't seem to be any obvious lees character, and no new oak to speak of. There is a slight, almost concrete minerality to it. Where to put this? This is tough. I think what defines this wine is this rich extract and this acidity without obvious oak influence. I mean, it could be an unoaked Chardonnay, but with that green, almost resinous, bruised apple sort of quality, it's pointing me more to Chenin Blanc. I might come back to this one. That will make a judgment. This wine has got quite lifted aromatics. It's more in that lime, citrus, verging almost into kind of tropical, almost mango and honeysuckle. The palate is quite fresh, again in that medium plus acidity. But there's a late bitterness here, suggesting maybe a phenolic, a white grape with some phenolic bitterness inherent. Some slight leafy qualities. It's very bright. You know, some of those leafy qualities and tropical and might almost point me in that Sauvignon Blanc realm. But it doesn't really have, I wouldn't say, you know, pyrazine qualities that I often see more in Sauvignon Blanc, so more of that kind of green pea. It's more of a leafy herbaceousness, but the acidity is very bright. It could potentially be Pinot Gris again, but I don't notice. The colour is very pale with a green hue, no coppery notes. Not every Pinot Gris has coppery notes or sort of those orange tinges, but this one is very pale at the rim, and there is this saline quality with this wine, this almost sherbety quality that I often get with Albarino. Other options, it could be Muscadet, but it's too floral. It's too bright. Could be unoaked Chardonnay. There's no leesy qualities. There's no lactic qualities that I potentially would see with maybe Chablis or Muscadet. I'm going to say this is Albarino. I think it's good quality. I think it's from Rios, Bacious, quite young. I would say maybe 2023, 2-3 years old. I'm going to come back to this wine in the middle here, which was throwing me for a bit of a loop. Coming back to this wine, I would say the acidity is maybe a little less than I'd originally assessed. I'd say I'd put it at medium. But there is some alcohol here. Well, this could be a number of things. It comes off almost Chardonnay-esque, but there's that resiny quality on the nose and a sort of this earthiness to it that I think keeps leading me back to Chenin, but it doesn't have the acidity of say Loire, you know, Vouvray, Savennières. Right? So I'm going to go It could be West Australian Chenin, but I think I'm gonna go for South African Chenin, just because of the slightly lower acidity and high dry extract. All right, we'll see how I go here. All right, so wine one. Left it for me. Okay, we have oh yes, excellent. Okay, so we have a Grüne Veltliner. It's from Wachau. It's from Heffersbug. Sorry for my pronunciation. This is a certified biodynamic wine, and it is not Smaragd level. It is but it is from Wachau. So Grüne Veltliner, and it's from the 2020 vintage. Okay, I'm pleased with that. That was good. All right, the second wine really threw me for a loop here. And we are Old Vine Chenin Blanc from South Africa. Awesome, 2 for 2. I'll take it. So this is a Milano wine. This is Kloof Street. So Chris and Andrea Milano. I have had these wines before. I would say this one is not showing the best of the wines that I have had from these guys before. This is a 2023. It almost came off as even a little older than that. But that's awesome. Very pleased. Okay, 2 for 2. And let's see this last one. Awesome. All right. Maybe I should take some time off blind tasting more often. This is a Ria Spacious. So it's Albarino. This is from the 2024 vintage, so even a little younger than I thought. So Alba Vega. This is a lovely wine. Really good. Awesome. I'll take it, guys. 3 for 3. Hopefully that was interesting, the process. It didn't really matter if I got them right or if I got them wrong. The more important thing is the process, and sort of tasting what it's not. There we go. So it's actually like that. There we go. Awesome.